All fire. It's this old Covey expression, but for a 16-year-old Haymitch Abernathy and his girl, Lenore Dove, it was everything. It was their promise. And it was whispered on a day that was supposed to be about hope, but, well, it turned into the start of a total nightmare.
Okay, so for years, right, we've all known Haymitch. He's the drunk, sarcastic, but secretly brilliant mentor to Katniss and Peeta. But who was he before all that? What made him that way? Well, Suzanne Collins' new book, Sunrise on the Reaping, finally gives us the answer. So today, we're diving into the absolutely brutal story of the boy from District 12 who somehow survived the deadliest Hunger Games ever.
All right, let's set the scene. We're in District 12, and the air is thick with dread because it's the morning of the 50th Hunger Games, the Second Quarter Quell. But for one kid, Haymitch Abernathy, this day is also something else entirely. It's his 16th birthday.
And this right here, this is just a gut punch. On one hand, you've got the simple, pure hopes of a 16-year-old boy. I mean, what does he want for his birthday? Just to spend some time with his girl, Lenore. That's it. But on the other hand, you have the crushing reality of Panem. This isn't just another Hunger Games. Oh no, it's a quarter quell. And the Capitol's sick twist this time? They're doubling the tributes. Not 2 kids from each district, 4. 4 kids sent to their deaths. Even with double the names in that bowl, you never ever think it's going to be you, right? But the Capitol's lottery, it's just merciless. And just like that, his birthday is shattered. That one sound every single kid in Panem dreads, it's his name. His name pulled from the Reaping Bowl. He's a tribute now. So he's whisked away. And that train ride to the Capitol, man, what a shock to the system. He goes from the gray, coal-dusted poverty of District 12 to this world of just sickening over-the-top wealth and performance. But, and this is important, under all that glitter, something else is brewing, a little bit of rebellion.
Once he's in the Capitol, Haymitch quickly realizes he's just a pawn in a much bigger, much deadlier game. And he's surrounded by people who are going to shape his entire fate. You've got his mentors, the, let's say, unusual Wyrus and the incredibly kind Mags. He ends up in this uneasy alliance with Maisie Lee Donner, another tribute from his district who he never really got along with. And of course, lurking in the shadows is a young President Snow, already sharpening his claws, But maybe the most crucial person he meets is BT from District 3, because BT gives him a secret mission, a mission that could, quite literally, change everything.
So they finally get to the arena, and at first glance, it's beautiful. It's this lush, green paradise. But we all know how the Capitol works, right? That beauty is just a mask for a very, very ugly truth. This place wasn't just built for fighting. It was engineered for psychological torture.
And this is where we see the real stakes. See, Haymitch isn't just fighting for himself anymore. He's secretly carrying the hopes of a full-blown rebellion. BT's plan is, wow, it's audacious. He's supposed to find a hidden explosive, plant it on the arena's main water tank, and blow it. The idea is to flood the whole control system, basically drowning the game maker's ability to control the games. It's a huge, huge gamble, but if it works, it could create enough chaos for the districts to finally strike back.
So, inside the arena, Haymitch turns out to be incredibly smart and tough. He's navigating this deadly place, dodging all sorts of horrific mutts, and taking on other tributes. And that weird alliance with Maisie Lee Donner, it actually turns into a real partnership, a little spark of humanity in a place that's designed to snuff it out. But this is the Hunger Games, and nothing good lasts. He has to watch helplessly as she's killed by these candy-pink birds with blade-like beaks. She literally dies with her pinky locked in his.
Okay, so it all comes down to this. Haymitch and one last career tribute, right at the edge of the arena. But instead of just charging in, Haymitch uses his brain. He figures out that the edge of the arena is a force field, and it bounces anything back that hits it. So when she throws an axe at him, he dodges. The axe flies past him, hits the force field, and gets flung right back, killing her. I mean, think about that. He didn't just win. He used the Capitol's own arena, their own weapon, against them. For a government that's all about total control, this was the ultimate humiliation. He made them look like idiots on live television.
He did it. He survived. He should be a hero, right? He should be safe. But no. Haymitch Abernathy is about to learn a terrible lesson, that sometimes winning the Hunger Games isn't the end of the nightmare. It's the beginning of a whole new kind of horror, one that's way more personal. Just one victor out of 48 kids. He's standing there, all alone, the champion.
That number, 1, should have been his ticket to safety, his salvation. But instead, it just painted a giant target on his back.
So after he wins, he gets brought in front of President Snow. And there's no party, no congratulations, nothing like that. Just this chilling threat, delivered with a smile that is pure ice. Snow just looks at him and says, "Enjoy your homecoming." See, Snow is furious, livid, because Haymitch didn't just win, he outsmarted the whole system.
And Haymitch gets it instantly. Enjoy your homecoming isn't a friendly farewell, it's a death sentence. It means every single person he loves, everyone he was fighting to get back to, they're all in danger now. He realized Snow wasn't going to punish him. Oh no, Snow was going to make him pay with their lives. So he goes back to District 12, and there's no hero's welcome. Instead, he walks right into the systematic, calculated destruction of his entire world, all pulled by the strings of President Snow. And just look how fast it all happens. This isn't just cruel, it's brutally efficient. The first day he's back, he finds his house burned down and his family, his mom and his little brother Sid, they're dead. The next day he finds out his Lenore, was never actually released from prison. But then there's this tiny glimmer of hope. She's let out. And they see each other, they run to each other in the meadow, and for one single perfect moment, they're reunited.
And this is how Snow delivers the final twisted blow. While they're holding each other, Lenore finds a little bag of gumdrops, her favorite candy, a gift from the capital. But Haymitch notices something's wrong. They aren't rainbow, they're all blood red. But before he can even shout a warning, she pops one in her mouth, and it's poisoned. She dies right there, in his arms, in the very meadow where they fell in love. Snow didn't just kill her. He used the thing she loved, her favorite simple joy, to do it. He weaponized it.
So, where does that leave him? He's 16 years old, a victor. He's got a new house, he's got money, and he has absolutely nothing and no one left to live for. So the question is, how does this completely broken kid become the cynical, drunk mentor that we all know? The one who eventually has to guide Katniss and Peeta?
Well, the answer is a single word: Nepenthe. It's from an old poem Lenore used to love, and it means a drink to make you forget your sorrow. And for Haymitch, that drink was alcohol. He didn't just start drinking, he drowned himself in it. He was trying to wash away the memories of his family, of Maisley, and especially the image of Lenore dying in his arms. That bottle, and all that sarcasm, that was the wall he built to survive the next 24 years of sending kids into that arena to die.
And that just brings us right back to where we started. That promise, whispered on his birthday. A love that burned like all fire, just completely snuffed out by the cold, calculated cruelty of President Snow and the Capitol. So you see, this isn't just the story of how Haymitch Abernathy won the Hunger Games. It's the story of how, in winning, he lost absolutely everything.